Dominik Szoboszlai transfer to the Arsenal. Having watched Arsenal play so far this season, it is clear to see that we are clearly lacking a creative midfielder. And while of course we all know about man like Houssem Aouar, there is a certain player who plays in the Austrian league that has come to interest, and that is RB Salzburg Dominik Szoboszlai. And having watched him play a lot of games so far in the UEFA Champions League, I think it's about time we begin to discuss. So with that being said, guys, welcome back to this channel. Hopefully you guys are doing very well, and let's get into this. Dominik Szoboszlai's potential transfer to the Arsenal. Here we go. Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Babs14 and welcome back to your boy's channel. As always, guys, before we get into the video, it's time to go down there and drop a like on the video, and then after that subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. We are closing in to 30,000 subscribers, so if you ain't subscribed yet, it will be massively appreciated. Get in the comments and let me know your personal thoughts on Dominik Szoboszlai and would you sign him for the Arsenal. But with that being said, guys, we're back with I would call a special episode of the transfer season. Here we are and here we go again. Dominik Szoboszlai's transfer to the Arsenal. Let's discuss. Right, the first thing that I want to discuss is the type of player. I think it is time I unleash my inner Babs14 the scout. In terms of the first thing I want to discuss, that is his age. This guy is 20 years of age, and what is becoming a theme in his videos is this guy actually is younger than your boy. But what exactly is the position of Dominik Szoboszlai and where can he play on the pitch? Well, in terms of where he operates, predominantly he plays as that central attacking midfielder. However, he is also capable of playing as a central midfielder and also sometimes as a left midfielder as well. And that for me is very key, because in terms of Arteta right now, he wants versatile players that are very hard to mark, players that can get over in different parts of the pitch. The best example for me is our star boy, our golden boy, Bukayo Saka. Sometimes my man is playing as a left back, then he's a left wing back, then he's a left midfielder, and then he's a left central attacking midfielder. And so in terms of man like Dominik Szoboszlai, he is in the same exact boat. He can play in many different positions and to a very good level as well. Now that is all well and great, but the main thing is, lads, what can he offer to the Arsenal first team? And even more importantly, can he solve the Arsenal creative issues? Well, talking about the creativity, let's get straight into that. This guy last season averaged 2.5 key passes per 90, and I can already see the comments saying, but Babs, this guy plays in the Austrian league. Well, saying that, lads, I've been watching Szoboszlai play in the UEFA Champions League so far this season with Salzburg, and he's played the likes of Atletico Madrid and Bayern Munich. But also, despite losing to Bayern Munich, he averaged 4 key passes in the first half against the best team in the world, arguably. And so for me, it's going to show again, he's not just creating chances against teams in the Austrian league, he's creating chances against teams like Bayern Munich. So just deep the levels for a second. Szoboszlai is also a very adept ball carrier, completing over 2 dribbles per 90 minutes last season. And again, if you are to compare that to the Arsenal team, that ranks him pretty high indeed. But also another key strength for Szoboszlai is his crossing ability, and that is a bit of a mad one. Last season, Dominik Szoboszlai was averaging 6 crosses per 90 minutes. And that's not just the Austrian League, my guys. That is the Champions League and the Europa League. And he's also carried his numbers onto this season, getting over 4 crosses against Bayern Munich as well. So we're not just getting a potential player playing in a league that isn't quite the highest standard. This guy is doing it in the UEFA Champions League, the UCL, something that Arsenal can't even get to right now. And so if I want to compare Szoboszlai to a player and the profile of this player, I'm gonna go as far as saying he's very much like a Kevin De Bruyne. Oh my god, Babs14, you're so deluded. But trust me when I tell you, when you watch Szoboszlai play, you can see what I'm trying to say to you guys. He has the creative numbers, he can carry the ball very adeptly, and he's also a very good crosser. And it's not just that, lads, this guy also is a very adept player playing in the half spaces, and that goes back to Arteta and his system. It's been made very clear by reports all across the summer that Arteta was very keen to sign a Kevin De Bruyne like player. And of course, there's a lot of fans thinking that player was going to be man like Houssem Aouar. But looking at it now, if I'm to be brutally honest and compare Szoboszlai to Aouar and who is more similar to Kevin De Bruyne, I have to say it is man like Dominik Szoboszlai. He's a far more creative player. For me, Aouar is a outstanding ball carrier, but when it comes to just out and out creativity and a goal threat from midfield as well, Dominik Szoboszlai comes out on the highest indeed. It isn't just the key passes, it isn't just the dribbles per night, it's also the goals and assists. Not only is he getting goals against the likes of Atletico Madrid. In terms of last season, this guy got 12 goals and 11 assists. The Hungarian is clearly a goal threat from midfield, and that's something that Arsenal clearly desire. But yeah, in terms of the overall type of player that Dominik Szoboszlai is, I have to say he has a very similar game to Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, he's not at that level yet, but in terms of potential, 20 years of age, I think that we might just have a very special player indeed. But yeah, lads, get in the comments and let me know your personal thoughts on Dominik Szoboszlai, and have you watched him play, and personally, what type of player do you think he personally is? Moving on, lads, let's discuss why exactly do Arsenal need him. Because yes, the stats are great, and yes, he looks like a creative player, but does he fit the Mikel Arteta system? Well, how can I put this very simple? Oh yeah, yes, he does. I'll say it one more time, Arteta wants a Kevin De Bruyne. He wants what he had at Man City. He wants players that are clever, making runs in behind, causing issues in the half spaces. He wants a central threat. Right now on the Arsenal team, everything's out wide. Aubameyang and Pepe or Willian, whoever, is all going out wide. And that is because if you look at our central players, we just don't have any spark or goal threat down the middle. And that is why Arsenal's attacks so far this season have become very predictable. And so if you have a threat down the middle and then have Pepe and Aubameyang out wide or whoever, then you have a threat in every part of the pitch. And overall, that makes Arsenal so much harder to defend. And so if we are the signed man Dominik Szoboszlai, we are getting a player who can command space in the middle of the pitch and hurt teams when it comes to running into the channels and running into the beautiful half spaces. And also, again, when it comes to creativity, we are talking creative excellence. I think Arsenal's team also needs a risk taker. Arsenal's attacks are way too predictable. We need players that can get the ball and take shots and get assists and make key passes. And yes, I want my team to be as efficient as possible, but for me, one thing that we've lacked for a while now is just a out and out risk taker. For me personally, we've not had that since the days of Alexis Sanchez, baby. A guy who wants to get the ball and make things happen. Yes, he'll take like 5 shots a game. Yes, he'll lose the ball a lot of times as well, but overall, when things work out, we can have some beautiful scenes. And for me, Dominik Szoboszlai again falls in that same category. He is a high volume player. And also, lads, another key thing we can't forget is goals from midfield. In terms of Arsenal right now, if Aubameyang not score and Aubameyang is not in form, Arsenal don't score whatsoever. And so in terms of signing Dominik Szoboszlai, he offers us that goal threat from midfield. Cast your minds back to the days of Aaron Ramsey and the FA Cup winners, and then look at our current squad and our current midfield and find me one single player that can make those runs. We don't have that. We need a player, and that's where comes a man like Dominik Szoboszlai. And so there you guys go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below after what I've said. Do you think Szoboszlai is the player for Arteta's system? And moving on to the final thing, lads, and that is transfer possibility. Because after all, lads, this isn't career mode, and as you guys are well aware of the recent transfer window, transfers are not the easiest thing to do. From the long saga of Gabriel Magalhaes to the even longer saga of Thomas Partey, the question needs to be asked: can Arsenal really sign Dominik Szoboszlai, and how realistic is this transfer? Well, in terms of Arsenal, the interest goes back quite a bit of time, my guys, because back in 2019, Arsenal reportedly sent scouts to watch Szoboszlai play against Liverpool, and also in a game against Genk before that as well. And then if you fast forward to 2020, you have the reports that Arsenal and AC Milan were advancing in talks for the 20-year-old. And to even add to that, there was also some reports that Napoli had added him to their transfer list. And so if you are a guy who is aware of the Arsenal transfer and how it goes, if Napoli want a player, most likely he ends up at the Arsenal. And use my centre-back Gabriel Magalhaes as just a basic example. What exactly is the latest on the transfer, my guy Babs? Well, that is of course from a man like Fabrizio Romano, and he has said that Arsenal are monitoring the situation of RB Salzburg Dominik Szoboszlai. He is on a shortlist, but he is not on the top of the list. At the top are players like Houssem Aouar. But yeah, talking about my guy Houssem, guys, get in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Who would you rather see Arsenal sign, Dominik Szoboszlai or Houssem Aouar? But yeah, in terms of Szoboszlai in this summer, yes, he stayed, and that was because of the Champions League football. But the key thing for me is not that. It is more that this guy has a £24 million release clause, and apparently that can also be paid in installments. And £24 million also, in the grand scheme of things, isn't that much, especially if Houssem Aouar is going to cost Arsenal around 40 to 50 million euros. And so in terms of my personal humble opinion, I'm gonna say this transfer is very doable, especially in January, because as Arsenal fans can remember from our party in the summer, when we play a release clause, that becomes done like that. Very easy, thank you very much. And so there you guys go, get in the comments and let me know your personal thoughts on Dominik Szoboszlai. Do you think he's the right player for the Arsenal, and do you think he's a player who we should sign over Houssem Aouar? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But with that being said, guys, of course, if you have enjoyed the video, so make sure to go down there, drop a like on the video, and also then subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are closing into 30,000 subscribers, a new 1,000 away, so please do subscribe. And as always, follow my social media and subscribe to my group channel, The Offsiders. The links are in the description below. But with that being said, guys, just end it there and there. In a very special episode of Let's Just Say Transfers FC, we discussed the transfer of Dominik Szoboszlai and his potential move to the Arsenal. So lads, let's see if Arsenal can get this done, and I will see you guys next time in a bit.